Today, we're going to talk about something a lot of us have been taught to feel a little bit ashamed of crying easily. But what if I told you that tearing up might not be a weakness at all? In fact, psychology suggests it could be a sign of some pretty incredible hidden strengths. So let me just ask you straight up, do you find yourself tearing up more easily than other people? If the answer is yes, then you are definitely in the right place. You know the feeling, right? Maybe it's a gut-wrenching scene in a movie, or even something as simple as someone raising their voice at you. It could even be a totally unexpected act of kindness that just hits you right in the heart. For some of us, these moments trigger a really powerful emotional response. And when that happens a lot, it's so easy to start wondering, wait, what's wrong with me? Why am I reacting like this when nobody else is? It can feel, well, pretty isolating, especially if you spent your life being told to just toughen up. Well, it is time to completely flip that script. See, the old story, the one we've all heard, is that crying easily is a sign of weakness. But the real story, the one backed by actual psychology, says it's a sign of some serious, profound strengths. And here's the most crucial takeaway. Psychology doesn't see this as a flaw, not even a little bit. It's actually a unique and powerful feature of how your brain is wired. You know, it's not a bug, it's a feature. So where does this all come from? Well, it usually starts with two qualities that are deeply connected: heightened sensitivity and empathy. This is all about experiencing the world in a way that's, well, just fundamentally different. Let's start with heightened emotional sensitivity. Now, this isn't about being fragile. It's about having a brain that literally processes emotions faster and with more intensity. So while someone else might just see a situation, you feel it on a whole other level. And this can lead to what some call empathy overload. The science here is fascinating. Your brain has these things called mirror neurons. When you see someone feeling an emotion, they light up and make you feel a version of it too. For people who tear up easily, these neurons are often super active. It means you don't just understand someone's pain, you genuinely feel it, almost like it's happening to you. Okay, so what does feeling everything so deeply mean for your relationships? Well, it often translates into a huge social advantage, high emotional intelligence. And honestly, you can think of this as a superpower for understanding people. People who are more in tune with their emotions are just better at navigating the social world. They get themselves, which means they're way better at reading others. And because of that, they build these incredibly strong, trusting relationships. It all comes from a genuine, deep-seated ability to care about the people around them. All right, let's switch gears for a second from the purely psychological to the biological. Because crying isn't just an emotional thing, it's your body's own built-in mechanism for keeping you healthy. Okay, here's the quick version of how it works. When you get stressed out, your body produces a hormone called cortisol. Emotional tears, and this is key, are your body's way of flushing that exact hormone out of your system. So when you have a good cry, you're not breaking down. You are literally releasing stress, leading to real physical and mental relief. And this all ties into one final and maybe the most important idea. This isn't just about biology or empathy, it's about authenticity. It's about having the courage to be completely and truly yourself. Think about it. We live in a world that so often tells us to bottle up our feelings, to put on a brave face. So choosing not to, that's a pretty radical act. Letting what you feel on the inside show on the outside isn't weakness. It is a sign of profound sincerity and a kind of courage that, frankly, a lot of people just don't have. So the next time your eyes start to well up, I want you to remember this. It doesn't mean you're weak. It's a sign that you're connected, that you're empathetic. It is a sign that you feel things deeply. And that really leaves us with one last thought to chew on. In a world that can feel so disconnected and harsh sometimes, what if your sensitivity isn't a burden at all, but a gift? What if the world actually needs more people just like you? People who aren't afraid to feel,